How many of us are hungry for our dreams on this Monday? How many of you are hungry to go after the life that you want? Hopefully it's all of us, right? Hopefully it's everybody, because at the end of the day, this is all we get. We get one life, ladies and gentlemen. We get one. So we might as well live it to the fullest. We might as well push ourselves to the limits of what we believe we're possible are possible for us. Continue to push ourselves towards greatness. But like Les Brown said at the end of that, you got to be focused on it. There's a lot of distractions out there. Life can distract you. Life can take you, as Napoleon Hill says, cause you to drift, become a drifter, whichever way the wind blows. I forget the guy's name that's in there. It says, like, if we can't think beyond our feelings, right? If we can't think greater than our feelings, then our feelings are what's dictating our life. That's how we become drifters. That's how we continue to drift. This day we feel like this day we feel like this season we feel like this, and that's just the way that we move. But we have to learn how to think greater than our feelings. We have to use our mind. We have to change our beliefs, which is what we're talking about. We have to change our beliefs so that our beliefs are what run our life, not our feelings, not our emotions, not our circumstances. And again, easier said than done, but that's the challenge, right? That's the challenge for all of us that want to continue to design our ideal life. That's the challenge. A couple things in there, right? Excuse me. Becoming aware of water, becoming aware of the water. Uh, um, Bilyeu, right? Tom Bilyeu said that in there. Tom Bilyeu, whatever. I think that's the name. I forget. But either way, he talked about becoming aware of the water, right? Are you aware of your programming? Are you aware of your day-to-day habits that are just unconscious? Are you aware of your unconscious emotional homes, the place that you naturally live emotionally? Are you aware of it? If we're not aware of it, then we can't change it. But hopefully through this process, through you guys being here, you are becoming more aware of what's around you, your programming, the way that you operate on a day-to-day basis. I hope that you are, right? Because that's the only way that we can get to changing. One of the key things in there, and this will lead us into the text where he said, choose to believe something new about yourself. Choose to believe something new about yourself, whether it's right, something new about what you're called to do or what you do for work. I was having a conversation with a young lady. We were talking about, right, her stepping into like the financial services space, and she kind of came back around to say like, nah, I'm just a nurse. Like, that's just who I am. That's just what I do. And I challenged her to say like, maybe that's what you've been doing, but are you not open to thinking something new about yourself? Believing that you can be more than whatever you just were or whatever you are doing currently. You're more than that. You can do so many things. We're all multifaceted human beings. But do you see yourself and have the belief that this is who you are? Or do you have the belief of something new, that you can change, that you can become different? That's the way that we get to our ideal life. That's the way that we learn and grow and become better. It's by having the belief that we can be something different than what we are now. In 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, number 125 says, the great ones manufacture their own self-image. The great ones manufacture their own self-image. Basically, make it up. Manufacture it, right? That is the saying of, can you believe something different about yourself? And this is why it's important. Here's what it says in the text. It says, it's been said that self-image is the reputation we have with ourselves. Self-image is the reputation that we have with ourselves. It's also been said that most of us suffer from some type of inferiority complex. The world class has overcome this problem by realizing everyone on the planet is inferior and superior to everyone in some way. They believe people have multiple intelligences depending on their personality, styles, and experiences. The artist might not be the best mechanic. The mathematician might not possess highly evolved creative faculties. Champions believe the question is not, are you smart, but how are you smart? The difference in this interpretation of intelligence is monumental. The self-image of the great ones is the foundation of their success. Say that again. The self-image of the great ones is the foundation of their success. And what's self-image? The reputation we have with ourselves. So if self-image of the great ones is the foundation of their success, that means, right, our reputation with ourselves is the foundation of your success. The reputation you have with yourself is the foundation of you succeeding. Anyways, it says champions have major league credibility with themselves. This self-confidence manifests itself in various forms, critical in their ascension to the world-class level. It affects the way that they approach business, life, and other people. It determines the size and scope of the vision they create for their lives. Champions believe almost anything is within reach based on the power of their own self-image. The primary strategies the great ones use to develop a powerful self-image are self-talk and mental imagery. While amateurs are talking themselves out of attempting large goals and expansive visions, the pros are talking themselves into it. The difference doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. It is programming the champions. It is programming the champions create for themselves. The great ones manufacture their own self-image from scratch, and so do the middle class. So again, our ability to have a reputation, to believe in ourselves, right? A reputation with ourselves. That's our self-image. And the best part is you can manufacture that. If you continue, it says here, the primary strategies the great ones use to develop a powerful self-image, two things, self-talk and mental imagery. Self-talk and mental imagery. So first, how is your self-talk? How are you talking to yourself? How well do you talk to yourself? How often are you saying good things to yourself? How often are you building up your own belief in yourself? How often are you reminding yourself of your strengths? How often are you, right, patting yourself on the back for the good things that you do? Like it says in here, the question is not, are you smart? It's how are you smart? In what ways are you superior? Or what ways, right? These are your strengths. You know, that old interview questions like, give me a couple of your strengths, right? What do you think your strengths are? And then they ask you, what are your weaknesses? Well, naturally in our brain, we know our weaknesses. We know our weaknesses. The world tells us our weaknesses. The people around us tell us what we're not good at, the things we need to improve on. That's natural. So that could become your self-talk. The tape that's playing in your head is about your weaknesses, the areas you've fallen short, the areas you're not the greatest, the areas you need to improve. We get that. But do you often tell yourself the areas that you are strong, that you are superior, that are your actual strengths? Have you tapped into that side? And then do you reinforce it? Do you tell yourself that? You can manufacture this by just telling yourself the things that you want to be strong in by using the I am statement. This is where affirmations come in, right? And saying good things. I am whatever that is, that thing is that you want to be. If you just say, I am that long enough, your subconscious mind will go to believing that that's the case because it doesn't know the difference. So again, your ability, again, primary strategy, your ability to talk well to yourself, number one. Secondly, mental imagery. This is why what we see on social media, what we're watching on television, what we're listening to has such a huge effect on our life because those images are being placed in your mind. The images of what you believe success is has been placed in your mind. The image of what you believe a good spouse is, or a good father, or a good wife, or a good mother, or whatever has been placed in your mind. So if you can reprogram those things, if you can put in good things, if you get good mental imagery, this is how we start to build a self-image. And that's exactly how you should think of it. It's building a self-image, building it. Title of this says the great ones manufacture their own self-image. If self-image is the reputation you have with yourself, then don't let the world tell you what you should think about you. You tell you what you think about you. And posing that question that they had in the video, can you choose to believe something new about yourself? Can you choose today to believe something new about yourself? Something that maybe has not been true for the past 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of your life. Maybe it hasn't been true. You haven't seen that. But today, you have a choice to choose to think something new about you. And then you reinforce it with self-talk and mental imagery, and watch how your self-confidence changes. Watch how your self-image changes. Watch how your self-esteem changes. These are the things that we have to practice in order to feel like we're deserving of the life we're asking for. Remember, we're all asking for something. You're all praying for something. You all want, there's something out there you want that you would deem as success, whether it's financial, whether it's in your health life, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your faith life. Like there's something you're asking for to get to, but it starts with this internal belief that I can manufacture my self-image. I can create whatever I want inside of me. Then the outside changes. Then my circumstance changes. Then I get to the place that I say I want to be. But we have to realize how much it starts with us. This self-confidence, this self-image, it starts with us, and we can manufacture it. We can change it. The problem is the world tries to distract you. Social media tries to distract you, tries to shift what your image is, what you believe is true about yourself. And we got to take back control of that. Jordan Peterson in there talked about responsibility. You got to take the responsibility back to say, you know what, I'm gonna manufacture my own self-image. I'm gonna build up my own self-esteem so I can have the right words, the right self-talk, the right mental imagery to get to the life that I'm asking for. It's all an internal game. You guys know that. Here's what it says in this quote. It says, self-esteem, high or low, tends to be a generator of self-fulfilling prophecies. The things you say to yourself, right? If you just believe, we're talking a lot about that word belief this morning. If you just believe that things are possible, if you believe you're deserving of things, if you believe something different about yourself than what you've been told, than what you've seen, than your circumstance, you can have more. You can become more. You can get more out of life. Here's the action step for today, y'all. It says, ask this critical thinking question. Do I have the self-image necessary to manifest my ultimate vision for my life? Do I have the self-image necessary to manifest my ultimate vision for my life? One, that's presupposing you have an ultimate vision of your life. We always start there, ladies and gentlemen. Where there's no vision, people perish, right? Where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. So if you don't have an ultimate vision for your life, you're not going to do this work. The work is hard. The work is tough, right? Becoming a better version of yourself, constantly learning and growing. This is the real tough stuff. We used to think school was tough. Now we get out into the real world and we got to become better and become different and change our beliefs and unlearn and relearn and, right, shift our perspective and get healthy, and whether that's mentally, physical, right? Like this is the tough stuff of life. This is the stuff where people tap out after a while and say, I'm just okay living on this level. At this life that I have, I'm okay because I don't want to continue to fight myself and fight my beliefs and become aware of my programmings and all the stuff that's really difficult. So start with that ultimate vision and then ask yourself the question, do I have the self-image necessary? Do I have the reputation with myself necessary to get to that vision? It says here, if the answer is no, write down 3 world-class affirmations about your vision that will help you develop a world-class self-image. If you don't believe you have it, take time, write it down, Write down 3 world-class affirmations about your vision that will help you develop this world-class self-image. Say it to yourself, repeat it to yourself over and over and over again, because that's how we change. These are the strategies that help us develop good self-image, right? For all of you, remember, this is meant to not just be hearers of this, but doers of this. You have to put this stuff into practice. You have to be actively working on these things, actively putting yourself in a position every single day to be able to say, you know what? I need to grow. I need to learn. I need to change my self-image. I need to practice my self-talk. If I haven't been talking well to myself, I need to practice that. If I haven't been looking at good things, taking in good things, consuming good things, I need to change that. I need to consume good things. Because again, when we change our beliefs, that's when our life changes. When we change how we think about something, when we change our perspective on it, that's when we get better outcomes in life. And that's all what we're here to do, y'all, is to get better outcomes, because we got people counting on us. You got people counting on you. You got family members, you got friends, you got kids, you got nieces, nephews, grandkids. Like, people are counting on you to get this information, apply it in your life, so you now have the wisdom to be able to help them through these things. That's why not everyone's on this call. That's why all your family's not on the call. That's what it's because they're actually depending on you to get this stuff and apply it and do the really hard work that's going to allow you to take your life to the next level, but also pull your family and the people around you to that level as well. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve the life that you're asking for, whatever it is. Like, you deserve to get there, but you got to do the work. We got to do the work. We can't shy away from the work. And every single day we get another opportunity to get one step closer to our goals, one step closer to our dreams, one step closer to the man or woman God called us to be. It's our responsibility to go make it happen. All right. Love you guys. Go out there, do something that scares you today. I'll see you again on Wednesday. Take care.